Alright everyone, so as some of you who follow my Twitter know, I am going to be teaching my eldest nephew on how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So the best way I thought that to come about would be to teach him through Speed Duel. I also have to learn some of the differences between Speed Duel and obviously the TCG version of the game. So I'll be playing with a Blue Eyes version that I'll be modifying from one that Lestat posted on his channel. I'll be linking to it, in which you can find in the description below. And then I built this one Cyber Dragon deck that he wanted, so he just chose the main monster, and then I built something I thought would work, so hopefully it does. If not, I'll be changing that up as well. I'm showing both the Cyber Dragon deck and the current Blue Eyes version in this portion of the video. At the end of the video, as long as the cards have all arrived, I will be showing the updated version of the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck that I'll be playing. So let's go with the Blue Eyes one first. Obviously, only one skill card I have for this one is the Dragon Caller. Once per duel, you can use one of the following skills. If you successfully normal summon Lord of D, add one the Flute of Summoning Dragon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Or you can reveal the Flute of Summoning Dragon from your hand, then add one Lord of D from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Then of course, we got the 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, because of course we're running 3, or why not? 3 Breaker the Magical Warrior, then of course 3 Lord of D, 1 Tyrant Dragon, then last for the monsters we have 3 Spear Dragons, then of course we have 3 the Flute of Summoning Dragon, then we have 2 Book of Moon, and last for the spells 1 Silent Doom, and the Lonely Little Trap 1 Michizuri, and then for the side deck 2 Cosmic Cyclones, and then the final 2 Lost Wind. And then onto the Cyber Dragon deck, we have 2 skill cards. Either he can choose from or use the optional rule to run 2. 1 Beatdown. If you control a level 5 or higher monster, you can activate this skill. All monsters you currently control gain 300 attack for each level 5 or higher monster you control. At the end of this turn, flip this card over. And Fusion Party. Activate this skill during your main phase. You can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. This skill can only be used once per duel. Then of course we have 3 Cyber Dragons. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. 3 Cyber Phoenix. While this card is in attack position, negate any spell trap effects that target 1 machine monster you control and no other cards. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. Then we have 3 Proto Cyber Dragons. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field. And then we have 3 Cyber Valley. You can activate one of these effects. When this card is targeted for an attack, you can banish this card, draw 1 card, then end the battle phase. You can target 1 face-up monster you control and this card, banish both those targets, then draw 2 cards. You can target 1 card in your graveyard, banish both this card and 1 card from your hand, then place the target on top of the deck. It'll have its uses, obviously more draw power, essentially. 3 Overload Fusions. Fusion summon 1 Dark Machine fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion monsters listed on it from your field or graveyard. 1 Polymerization. Fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. 3 Windstorm of Equata. Change the battle position of all face-up monsters your opponent controls. And last, 1 Metal More. Target 1 face-up monster on the field, equip this card to that target. It gains 300 attack and defense. If it attacks, it gains attack equal to half the attack of the attack target during damage calculation only. That'll easily help him walk right over the Blue Eyes should he ever get it. Now for the extra deck, 3 Cyber End Dragons. This of course only being useful with either the Fusion Party skill card or the Polymerization. Requires 3 Cyber Dragons. A fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above fusion materials. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. So you couple that with this Windstorm trap and obviously, yeah, it'll be doing quite a bit of damage. And then I'm currently missing one, so placeholder. 3 Chimera Tech Over Dragons. Now this will be used with your Overload Fusion. Must be fusion summoned. If this card is fusion summoned, send all other cards you control to the graveyard. The original attack and defense of this card each become equal to the number of fusion materials used for the fusion summon, times 800. This card can attack all your opponent's monsters a number of times each battle phase, up to the number of fusion materials used for its fusion summon. So let's say we had all of our cards in there, and the materials needed is at least 1 Cyber Dragon and 1 machine monster minimum. So if we had what, 12 total? So honestly, if you had them all in the graveyard, you know, all the other monsters we actually currently have, you know, all the 3 Cyber Dragons, Cyber Phoenixes, Proto, and Cyber Valley, you would have essentially a 9600 attack beast that can attack 12 times. So instant game over, unless if I had something like, say, Mirror Force, which I currently don't, obviously, or, you know, Michizuri. It could at least, I'd still get swamped, instantly murdered, but, you know, at least I could kill the monster with me, you know, whatever. I'm just waiting on one more to come in. Then for the side deck, 3 future fusions. During your first standby phase, after this card's activation, show 1 fusion monster in your extra deck and send the fusion materials listed on it from your main deck to the graveyard. During your second standby phase, after this card's activation, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck with the same name as the monster you showed and target it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy that target. When the target is destroyed, destroy this card. So another way to get Chimera out, or Cyber End Dragon if you really wanted just to have another material or possibly win. 2 Cyber Networks. Destroy this card during your third standby phase. After activation, once per turn, if Cyber Dragon is on the field, you can banish 1 light machine monster from your deck. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon as many of your banished light machine monsters as possible, and if you do, destroy all spells and traps you control. Monsters that were special summoned by this effect cannot activate their effects, and you cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. And lastly, 1 Floodgate Trap Hole. When your opponent summons a monsters, change that monsters to face down defense position. Monsters changed to face down defense position by this effect cannot change the battle position. So once it's face down, guys. So, you know, that sucks. But, alright. Next, I'll show you the updated version. Be right back.
1 eternity later.
Alright guys, it's been about 2 months since I recorded the last segment. However, finally got the last card I've been waiting on, and this is the updated version of my Dragon Caller deck. Let's get right into it. We of course still have the 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, the 3 Lord of D's. Neither player can target dragon monsters on the field with card effects. We have, of course, 1 Tyrant Dragon. During your battle phase, if your opponent controls a monster after this card's first attack, this card can make a second attack, negate any trap effects that target this card on the field, and if you do, destroy that trap. This card cannot be special summoned from the graveyard unless you tribute 1 dragon monster. Then we have 1 Kaiser Glider. Cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster that has the same attack. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target 1 monster on the field, return that target to the hand. 3 Breaker the Magical Warriors. If this card is normal summoned, place 1 spell counter on it. Max of 1. Gains 300 attack for each spell counter on it. You can remove 1 spell counter from this card, then target 1 spell trap on the field and destroy that target. That can of course mean your own. I mean, obviously most of the time you wouldn't want to do that, but should you, that is an option. And then 1 Lonely Spear Dragon. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. If this card attacks, it is changed to defense position at the end of the damage step. That is all for the monsters, and now 1 the Flute of Summoning Dragon. Special summon up to 2 dragon monsters from your hand. Lord of D must be on the field to activate and to resolve this effect. I was thinking about running at least 2, but honestly 1 is all you really need. 2 Book of Moon. Target 1 face-up monster on the field, change that target to face-down defense position. This card alone has saved me multiple times, specifically from fusion monsters that are summoned via Cyber Dragon. 1 Silent Doom. Target 1 normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it in face-up defense position, but it cannot attack. This of course is literally only for the Blue Eyes. And then onto the traps. 3 Champions Villages. If you control a level 7 or higher normal monster when a monster would be summoned or a spell trap card is activated, negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Of course, again, need Blue Eyes on the field. And then the last card in the main deck, Michizuri. When a monster is sent from the field to your graveyard, even during damage step, target 1 monster on the field and destroy it. Now the card I've been waiting on for dang near 2 months now. 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I mean, you know, Just makes sense, right? Whoa, whoa, whoa! You must be thinking, hey, why are you throwing an ultimate ancient gear golem at me? Well, I'll show you in a little bit. Same goes for one Ojama King, one Cyber End Dragon, one Cyber Blader, and one Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. Now, the reason why we have 6 fusions, most of which we naturally cannot summon, I mean, to be fair, we can't summon any of them because we don't have a polymerization or fusion party. However, for the side deck, we are running 2 Waking the Dragon. If this said card in its owner's control has left the field because of your opponent's effect and is now in the graveyard or banished, you can special summon 1 monster from your deck or extra deck. So that there opens up the ability to pull out any one of those extra deck monsters. And we are running 2 of them. I wanted to run 3, then it would have limited my side deck. We are running 3 Champions Vigilance cards within the main deck. And so, hypothetically, they might think you're setting one of them and try to destroy it, and that's when you pop out one of your fusion monsters. 2 Lost Winds. Target 1 face-up special summon monster on the field. Negate its effects. Also, its original attack is halved if a monster is special summoned from your opponent's extra deck while this card is in your graveyard, except during damage step. You can set this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. And the last 2 cards in the side deck, 2 Cosmic Cyclones. Now, give me a minute to actually shuffle the cards and I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
Alright, so deck is shuffled. We'll assume to go first just because I want to see what we actually draw for just the top 4. Hopefully it's playable. It normally is when I'm, playing. However, whenever I record or attempt to record one of these, and why I've never included it, my opening hand was always trash. So let's find out. 1 Book of Moon, Blue Eyes, Lord D, Spear Dragon. That's actually not too bad. So first turn, right? You would just, normal summon your Lord of D, activate Dragon Caller. So we'll, obviously activate it. Where would that have been? Actually, not too far from the top. We won't shuffle because this is all I'm doing. Then you would activate Flute of Summoning, of course. Bring out your Blue Eyes, bring out Spear Dragon, and you could, just set it, whatever. I mean, for a first turn, that ain't bad. Obviously, second turn would have been better, because then you would have got an extra Blue Eyes. Damn, yeah, that would have actually been a lot better. Because then, obviously, you would have had the same hand, except for, you'd summon that out, keep Spear Dragon in your hand, and then attack for pretty much game, unless they had an overwhelming board and destroyed your Blue Eyes. So, boom. Hopefully that helps clarify anything. If you have any questions, obviously leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please do hit that like button and subscribe. I am going to be doing a giveaway either in this video or the next. If I'm giving it away in this video, there'll be a little more right after this. So have fun and enjoy, guys. Peace.